Welcome to this week's forecast, and I definitely am grateful to be giving you all this forecast. I just got back from a trip, and I am recovering, not from any illness or sickness or anything like that, but just from all the information that I was able to come across, the different people I was able to meet. I was in a conference in Michigan, and I'm excited about a whole bunch of discoveries that I have and a whole bunch of discoveries that is still to be made, but a lot of great stuff that will be coming down the pipe. So I'm excited for that. So I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So, okay, let's get started. So yesterday, before we go into today, yesterday we had the Indigenous People Day renamed after Columbus Day, which Columbus was responsible for carrying out and executing the doctrine of discovery, which included birthright theft, escheating the lands of our people that was already here, and also a number of other acts that we actually um, are as part of the discoveries we was sharing in Michigan. Now today, I definitely want to highlight um, the energy that's happening today. So we have here the Sun in Libra, trine Saturn in Aquarius, and here we see the Sun is actually in Libra. And remember, the Sun is at its fall position in Libra, so it don't necessarily like to be here. Because anytime the Sun is in Libra, it's actually losing its momentum, it's losing its light, and the Sun wants to shine the most. So now that it's not in the highest position and seen in that way, it's falling. So the Sun doesn't like to fall. So shout out to all my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It could be a tough situation where you're trying to balance but not being the center of attention, as you see here with the Sun. So that can be a tough balancing act, but happy solar return to you all. All right. Let me see here. And peace and love, Carissa. Glad you could make it. Now, let's look at the, let's see. Oh, let me hide the chat. Okay, now let's look here. All right, so we have again the Sun in Libra. All right, it's making a trine to Saturn in Aquarius. All right, and Saturn is retrograde. So this is actually highlighting the amount of energy that you will be able to have, which makes it easier for you to balance your perspectives when it comes to others, especially in the home. This is the fourth house. And also, it's easier to set up those boundaries when it comes to other people in the home, and boundaries when concerning your origins. Okay, a lot of people discovering where they came from, who they are. So you're learning more about that, and it's retrograde to help you revisit these templates or these different subject matters so that you can learn more about your origins. And we see this trine. Again, trines are favorable. That triangle there is favorable in astrology. So we're dealing with, it's easier to get your goals accomplished because Saturn is also reminding you about your karmic contracts and your karmic goals. And this is the discipline that's needed to get it done. And it starts here, starts in the home. So once you formulate that self identity with self, now we're looking at how can you perfect yourself in the home and stay disciplined. So this today is actually easier to be more disciplined with this trine taking place. So when we look forward to Wednesday the 12th, this is more like a explosion of energy where you have the moon conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Now, the moon in Taurus is exalted, but Uranus in Taurus is actually at its fall position. So it doesn't like to be there. And this is where we see a lot of the uh, earthquakes and a lot of the different type of weather patterns happening here. But the moon is exalted in Taurus, meaning it's favored in Taurus, and is also making a square, a challenge, friction is taking place with Saturn and Aquarius. So here we see the moon is in Taurus in the seventh house, and You have the North Node in Taurus as well. There's retrograde. You have Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and then you have the Earth glyph, the part of fortune, all taking place here in the 7th house. Now, this is unique because this is a desire for freedom. Now, a lot of people that you deal with and come across in relationships, this speaks to that. Okay, this is a desire for freedom when it, you know, comes to Uranus, and then this is also dealing with obligations, contractual agreements in the 7th house. So this is where your desire for freedom meets obligations, and this is also a need for change. So this is a need for change when it comes to others and dealing with others. You need to mix things up and just stir up things a little bit so that you can start sticking to your plans more. Okay, Taurus is an earth sign. Okay, the root of earth, the necessary soil for earth. When it comes to planting your seed in relationships or in business, you need to have something stable, and that's why it's in Taurus. But Uranus likes to shake things up. It has to get the soil to move, and that would be you in a situation. So this can also create pretty much a strain on the nervous system because Uranus is dealing with, that shock, and sometimes you'll do things that might surprise other people because you might just go off because of this energy here that you desire freedom so much. But this is where your part of fortune is. We're dealing with the relationships and how we relate to others, and this is the beginning of how we deal with others. So in the new year, when it's in Aries, the sun in Aries, that's when we begin the thoughts and the ideas and the expressions of self. But when it's in Libra, this is where we begin a new year dealing with others. And so when it's in the 7th house like this, we're dealing with a lot of aspects with others. Okay, let's see. I gotta keep hiding the chat so I can see. Peace of love, Rain. Peace of love, Wanda Dawson. Okay, so moving forward, we also have Mars still in Gemini, but as you can see, the sign shifted. So as where they were a house back last week, now they shifted forward. And we see that Mars in Gemini, the 8th house, and it's squaring Neptune, okay, retrograde in Pisces in the 5th house. And this can really drain your mental energy because Gemini is all about that mental energy, that logic and reasoning. And then you also have Mars there, is the planet of will and energy. And this is where this square can create this drain on your mental, physical, and emotional energy. The square here can create that drain. And it can also take a toll on your aura as well. All right, so you're dealing with this retrograde, Juno retrograde, Neptune retrograde in the 5th house can stagnate your creative endeavors and your willpower. So this is happening on Wednesday. And Wednesday, I like to say this will be an explosion of energy because you're getting all of this taking place at one time. And on top of that, you also have Mercury in Libra. So this is Mercury in Libra. Mercury in Libra will be opposing Jupiter in Aries. All right. So this is again the details versus the big picture when it comes to helping people and really counseling and being there and compassionate for people behind closed doors versus serving them too much or versus not seeing the big picture. So you have this taking place on Wednesday as well. And this is supposed to help you figure out why things are the way they are, why things may be on for some or may be off for others. And this is also you discovering why the scales work, okay? Because this is like seeing why or how things are supposed to be measured, how the scales work, why do relationships work or not. Jupiter is only concerned, again, with the big picture. But, if you can imagine you have a scale and you're trying to just weigh everything, but the scale might break This is where Mercury needs to figure out why, comprehend why relationships break, why people do what they do in relationships, why um, these certain situations continue to happen. So that's what's actually happening there. Okay, so then when we look at Jupiter, again, this retrograde is 1 degree moving into sixth house. This is like Jupiter loves, it's the planet of expansion. So this is overloading the scales. So you can overload these scales that so much to the point where they might break. And even when it comes to others, when you look at things from only your perspective, Aries is the sign of self. This is where you can get big headed because Aries is also the head. And this is where you tend to see your view versus seeing other people's views. It's Libra dealing with other people, and Mercury, the details of what they're saying. I'm not trying to hear that. All right, I see my view is big, it's bigger than yours, at least to me. This is the first 6 houses, which is personal. I don't really care what you got to say. So you gotta recognize that that may take place on Wednesday as well. So all of this may occur on Wednesday for some of you because this is an explosion of energy. Now, on Thursday, 10/13, this is mental exploration, I like to call it, because you're going to have the moon entering into Gemini, and then you're also going to have um, the moon making a sextile aspect to Jupiter and Aries, and then trining Mercury and Libra. So when the moon leaves Taurus and enters into Gemini in the eighth house, it'll also make that sextile to Jupiter and Aries, and then it'll also make that trine to Mercury in Libra. All right, so again, this is where you'll be able to really brainstorm and really make stronger negotiations on this day. So Thursday is huge for seeing the details, really problem solving, and then also expanding your negotiations and contracts. So this might be working with other people to get something done that you've been waiting to do for a long time. So this is actually a great day that favors that. So I would actually put a check next to this day if I were you. So let's see. Then we also have on Friday, I didn't write Friday up here, but on Friday we're going to have the moon. All right, the moon will actually be in Gemini, and it'll be here in Gemini, and it will actually make a trine to Saturn, retrograde in Aquarius. All right, it'll make a trine to the Sun in Libra, and also make a trine to Venus in Libra. So you'll have a grand air trine. Um, a lunar grand trine will take place on Friday, and it'll also the moon will also conjunct Mars in Gemini. This is a great day to get a lot done, and not just get a lot done, but less obstacles this day. So as opposed to where you might have the mental energy but not the physical, or the physical and not the mental, or the physical and the mental but not the emotional, you'll have all of those things combined. And not only will you have them all combined, it's like all the obstacles will disappear, and it'll be so much easier for you to get things done. So you're definitely going to want to take a pen, write this down, wake up early, get things done. um you're gonna have less conflict, less resistance from the universe. It's like things start finally flowing downstream. And so now, um you're gonna remember, write this down, you're gonna have less resistance on Friday and more assistance. So this can be in the form of thoughts, people, situations, all on Friday. And you're also going to have Venus in Libra that will trine Saturn in Aquarius. And this is also going to favor your endeavors concerning art and music. So if you are an artist or a musician, Friday is going to be huge for you, because that project you've been sitting on or waiting on, putting behind closed doors, or even neglecting, you keep working on it bit by bit. Saturn is retrograde, the reminder, get it done. Saturn is the disciplinary of the zodiac, there to remind you. And here's the telltale sign of what you are focusing on. Venus, art, beauty, harmony, music, poetry, whatever it is, spoken word, get it done. You're an artist. This is your day. You can hit it big this day. And you might be like, well, how can I hit it big? Because that project you've been putting off, you can actually come back to it, work on it, get it done. And then this is the completion. Once you start the new project and get it done in the future, this is where you can actually pass this project along to someone who knows the right person that will put you in the right place. So this is a day that favors a lot of artistic energy, and this is where the artistic energy is going to flow. Okay, so I definitely would take advantage of that. This is where opportunity meets hard work, and hard work pays off, and preparation is going to pay off. So this day can be that day for you. So don't miss out on this day. All right. Peace and love, be till it. Friday. And for those who will get off, you end your day on Friday, you still want to take advantage of that. If working at the job, you definitely want to take advantage of that day. And then Saturday and Sunday, Saturday is going to be a good day too, but it's going to be some more challenges. So I would try to just take things. I would continue to work on that project from Friday. I wouldn't start nothing new per se. I would continue to work on everything that was you was doing for the project on Friday, on Saturday and Sunday, because it's gonna be like an up and down day on Saturday. Sunday is a little more clear, but I would definitely work on that finish up if you don't finish up on Friday. Now let's go to the cards. Let's see what we have for each sign with the cards. Peace of love, Larry Green. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, Libra. This is for my Libras. Oh, okay. We got 10 of Wands upright. And okay. This gives me some insight for my Libra. You got the Sun in Libra, you got Mercury in Libra, you have Maki Maki in Libra, you have Hamea in Libra. And Hamea is at 29 degrees about to leave. So this makes sense for me. This is the Lord of Depression in tarot. And this is this is naturally Saturn in Sagittarius, but we know Saturn is in Aquarius retrograde. So when it comes to my Libras, you could feel like this overbearing force of energy, being overworked, a lot of obstacles or responsibilities at this time. Um, and this is like something that you strongly, strongly desire to take place, but are you considering what it costs? It requires a lot of responsibility from you, Libras, Sun, Moon, Horizon. And you might have too much on your plate to really consider it right now. Okay, you're right. You might have too much that you are trying to carry, and you're carrying it blindly. You see, this woman she's blind, or at least she has the blindfolds on herself. So this is dealing with carrying this to no end. You're just carrying it on a journey. You don't know the destination, and this is a lot of stuff that you're carrying. And mind you, sometimes you can feel overwhelmed by all of the things that you're carrying, and that's why I would say it's more so the obstacles. At least that's what I'm seeing. um, and this is kind of like going through life without a plan, a real solid plan, or without goals. You have the sun there, which the sun, get the pointer, the sun in Libra is at its fall. So it's like when the sun is falling, the energy is low, morale is low, the planning is low because you don't like to be there. So it's not really having a plan. All right. And if you do have a plan, you're not following through. And part of that is because you feel overwhelmed. And you have Hamea at 29 degrees about to leave. So this is like, what do I do next? Let's see what we can find out from the Oracle. You get the tiger. You get the tiger. And yeah, you really see the tiger is focused. The tiger is paying attention and aware of its environment. So for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you really gotta get in tune with your environment. Be aware and really tune into the situations that's troubling you, that's causing you issues, or that's overbearing to you. All right, so that's for my Libras, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, for my Scorpio, what do we have? We have the Star card reverse. All right, so this is the daughter of the firmament. She's the daughter of the ether. She's the daughter of the eternal waters and knowledge. So this is again Aquarius. This is the sign of Aquarius, the card of Aquarius, but we know that Saturn is in Aquarius, so we're dealing with karma. And we're dealing with air, so we're dealing with karmic contracts and karmic thoughts that have manifested over many lifetimes. Now that's here. And so this is literally dealing with my Scorpio's need to pull the blinders off. So again, this blind concept keeps showing up. Last week we talked about taking the blinders off, but now it's showing up again. So you're looking for light and darkness, or looking for positive I don't like that word, but looking for positive outcomes in negative situations, quote unquote. And this is where harsh behaviors and harsh words can dampen your spirit for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So be careful the things that you say and do towards self, because it actually manifests. And you are the manifestor of the zodiac, at least one of them. Let's see what we have here for you. We have the cat. Okay, how fitting. We have the cat, and maybe you need to be more watchful. The cats are watchers and protectors, and so small cats are protectors of the home. So domesticated cats, they're protectors of the home and the people that they have. Because we say dogs have owners, cats have staff. They're the protectors of the home, and bigger cats are protectors of the planet. So everything you need to know is in you. So you have to tap into your instinct to be more protective of self. Okay. And find your center. That's what I'm getting for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For my Sagittarius, we have the Malik of Swords reverse. And this is what the Lord of the Winds and Lord of the Wind is dealing with air, dealing with knowledge. This is the last deacon of Taurus, first two of Gemini. So we're dealing with a headstrong person. Okay. We got Jupiter and Aries. Jupiter retrograde in Aries, excuse me. And Jupiter, that's a big-headed person. This is big head. This is big head. This got a big old head. You seen the movie Conehead? You dealing with a person with a big head. All right. And this where you could be unfair. You could be disrespectful at this time. Hard to relate to others or hear what others got to say. This could be also because it's dealing with air. This could also be dealing with changing your mind a lot or going back on your word. And you could be a strict ruler or disciplinary, because Malik is the king. So the king of swords, you could be a disciplinarian. It could be tough on other people to deal with you right now. Let's see what we have here. We got the rabbit. Makes sense. Okay. You got to spend more time in the moment. Okay. Spread more joy, and you got to seek to gain more clarity on the situation first before you speak or act. Sagittarius, one thing you got to love about Sagittarius, they are direct fire. They're fire sign. They use that energy well. So you got to gain more clarity before you use that fire. That's what I'm picking up on. And maybe your thoughts are jumping all around the place like a rabbit. So you got to learn how to balance that and control that. This season or cycle is all about balance. So that's what we all are doing in some way this for this cycle. Okay, so for my Capricorn, oh, we get the moon reverse. This is naturally dealing with Pisces, and we have uh, Juno retrograde in Pisces, Neptune retrograde in Pisces, fifth house. All right, and this is actually dealing with water. So this is dealing with emotions and intelligence. And since we're dealing with Pisces, we're dealing with deep waters. So this is literally, this could be some type of mysteries that you're getting into, whether it's emotional or intellectual mysteries. Or this could also be dealing with falsehoods or lies, or some type of secrets or irrational thoughts taking place. It could be even insecurities. Okay, so something going on creating those insecurities. And let's see what we get here. We get the donkey. The donkey here. This is all about a lot of water as well. So donkeys store a lot of water, and it can be tricky for the water in earth signs, because if you Capricorn, you're dealing with Capricorn, and you're dealing with a lot of this Piscean aspect. Makes a harmonious relationship, a sextile, so they can work together side by side. But you also have this aspect of not creating too much of an imbalance with water and earth, so things don't get muddy. And that's actually what we're looking at here. Um, a lot of your emotions need, or emotions represents water. So a lot of your emotions need a container, which is earth. So y'all learn how to balance your emotions and your practical approach to things. And your container would be considered your common sense. So this is also dealing with a test. Let me also say that a test in some sort of forbearance or endurance. Okay, so this is dealing with a test for my Capricorn. Cardinal energy. Can you stick it out? Can you stick it through? That's the test. For my Aquarius, you get the Malik of Cups. And this is the king of the sea. And this is, you see the sea behind um, the Malik. The Malik is the king. This is the last deacon of Aquarius, first two of Pisces. So you get that mix of air and water. And this is a homebody. Naturally is a homebody, selfless supporter. And this is the type of person that is very caring and focused on the home. Okay, so much so that they need to, if you acquire someone on the rising, or Pisces, first and second deacon of Pisces, you really need to consider your home at this time, your environment. You thrive in positive environments, and that's what you need to really surround yourself in. And you might be even soft spoken, but now's the time to speak up. Use the knowledge and the wisdom that you have. And this can also be a home-based business that you are focusing on. All right, working from home. So you got Aquarius, Aquarius retrograde in the fourth house. The fourth house represents home. Aquarius is there. You have this Vesta there as well, and this is home. This home body. Aquarius is an air sign, so we're dealing with electronics. The ruler of Aquarius is here and here, so we're dealing with some type of internet. So you could be working from home, or you could be establishing a home-based business. Okay. So let's see what we got here for Aquarius. We got the guinea pig. And the guinea pig, you see that sacred geometry? This is dealing with the heart chakra. So you need to also expand your heart chakra, work on it, and try new things. Okay. Try new things to get different results. Okay, because guinea pigs are known to be tested on. So this is, you got to really test new things to get different results. Okay. Pisces, we get a mirror of cups upright. Okay, this is the prince of the waters. And this is the last deacon of Libra, first two deacons of Scorpio. So sun, moon, horizon. Right now, you might be experiencing with my Pisces a period of flirting, some romance, seducing other people or being seduced, um, attraction to somebody or something. And this is dealing with a seductive person or the partner of your dreams. So you're very curious about this person, whoever this person is, and your curiosity in this person keeps your interest going for them. So it's actually something that you might actually pursue. Let's see. Hmm. Well, this tells more. This is a rat. You get the rat. You might be like, I don't want no rat, but this is dealing with the function of the rat. Okay. Rats are actually rodents that came here to feed on the trash. And my Pisces are so compassionate. Right now, you got Juno retrograde. Juno is retrograde dealing with relationships. This is Jupiter's consort. So Jupiter and Juno not too far apart. So this is relationships. Okay, in the fifth house, the terms that the type that will help you to create something that is special, that could potentially lead to children. You guys have fun. But the rat is actually a test to be true to yourself. And a lot of times we kill rats because we don't want them around our environment, but they serve a purpose. And this deals with the aspect of being um, your intentions, although they might be noble, you might actually be misunderstood. So again, this rat is actually saying be true to yourself, and the universe will reward you for being true to yourself. And that's right, Larry. He said, I'm meant to be smart. Exactly. So that's for my Pisces. Aries, we get Ace of Cups upright. And this is the source of water. You see this source. We're looking at the source here, the fountain of the water, the source of water. And this is the beginning of power and emotions. This is where it all comes from, the source. And this is dealing with spirituality or being receptive. Okay. Um, New beginnings. This could be a new or rekindled relationship. Okay. And so this is what my Aries is experiencing. And here we go. We have the camel. Okay. The camel is known again to store water as well. So we're dealing with a lot of emotions right now, a lot of emotions stored up. And this is where you got to learn how to control those emotions. Okay. The camel knows when, where, and how to use the water that's stored. So this is knowing when to use and how to use those emotions. And when's the proper time? Because there's nothing new under the sun. There's a proper time to use those emotions. Okay, that's where my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For my Taurus, let's see what we got. We got the Juggler. We have the Juggler here upright. So this is the spirit of the air, and this is where we get a lot of my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising being content at this time. Some type of contentment with the way that things are going. Seeking to experience life. Okay, you just traveling. Okay, you're just traveling, and this is dealing with divine wisdom and purity. So you might be going through those lessons now, and you're traveling because you're guided by the universe. Um, you're on a journey right now. Let's see what we get. We get the cow. Okay, here we get the cow. Okay, and one thing about the cow is that the cows are hybrids, and cows are a cross between bulls and the ox. So this is actually where they're fixed. We see that the bulls are fixed. They don't just want you to get their meat. They're not gonna let you just kill them. So they had to create a hybrid. And so with this situation, cows are created, and cows give of themselves unconditionally. Some of it's forced, but this is a question more so for my Taurus. How do you give, and what areas are you being unconditional in? That's what pops up to me, at least. Gemini, we get the teacher, reverse. Okay, this is actually the Taurus card. So this is the teacher reverse, sun on the horizon for my Gemini. And this is where you need some more obedience at this time. You could be argumentative or inflexible, which is ironic because Gemini is the mutable sign. So when you're being inflexible, air or mental energy is stagnant, you could be stubborn. And this is also a call for counseling or some type of higher knowledge that's needed. So let's look. We get the monkey. Okay, the monkey mind. Your thoughts are all over the place. You got to slow down and learn to balance and center. Okay, so you got to embrace the present moment. Okay, let's see. For my Cancer, we get the Amir of Swords reverse. Okay, and this is dealing with the last deacon of Capricorn, first two of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Horizon, and this is dealing with a rebel. Okay, somebody who likes to break the rules. You could be rude at this time or socially uncouth. Okay, and brash. So something going on. You, the Amir, you're the General of Swords, and you using them. You slashing right now with your words, and we get the eagle. Okay, we get the eagle. So this is a need to see things from a higher perspective. Okay. Um, and for my eagles that my Cancer someone arising, you can't get used to being on the ground. Sometimes you might come to the ground to get a meal. Um, but sometimes you can hang around on the ground too long, and this is where you shouldn't be getting used to hanging down there too long. You gotta remember where you are supposed to be. All right, and this is a reminder to elevate your thoughts. It's okay to uh, descend in your thoughts and lower them, but you also got to remember where you naturally should be, soar in the skies. Okay, and that's for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Horizon. And once you elevate your thoughts, that's when more opportunities will come. Okay, so for my Leo, we get the Two of Wands upright. We get the Lord of the Dominion. So this is naturally Mars in Aries, but actually Mars is in Gemini. And this is where you're pondering the next steps. You're contemplating your next actions. Okay. And this is dealing with self control and ambition. As you can see, he has these two. Uh, he has these two animals here, and you don't want to waste your animals, which is your resources, and you're contemplating the next step with self control, which is good. So you're really focused on expanding what you have, and you have Leo here, the 10th house, uh, a prominent position for you. You're finally in authority now. What you're going to do with the resources that's given to you? Let's take a look. Let's see. The Swan. Okay, so you got to learn to trust your inner, or I should say, higher self. Okay, be confident in your next move. For my Leo, Sun, Moon, Horizon. And last but not least, we have our Virgo. Okay, we get the Malika of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups. This is dealing with the Queen of the Waters, which is the last deacon of Cancer, first two of Virgo. I'm sorry, first two of Leo. And this is, as you can see, water is the focus. Got the cups. This is dealing with emotions and intellect. And this is dealing with a person who's attuned, who's psychic, a caretaker, and a nurturer. So this is your ideal partner. And you gotta be real careful with this type of woman because they can get overseen. They can get taken advantage of and overseen because of all the things around them that they have access to, all the resources, all the things that they have to offer. It can be overshadowed by the type of person who they really are. So let's actually see what's going on. We get the Dove. Okay, so right now, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Horizon is embracing the role of the dove. Okay, so people can actually benefit from you, um, and they can actually benefit from the love, light, and peace that you have to offer. Yep, and she's wearing white. That's correct. And that's dealing with ascension. Okay, she sees things from different perspective, so she's able to help more because she's in a higher state of mind. All right. So I hope this was able to give you all some insights of what's happening this week. You all enjoy the rest of your week and your day, and I'll see you in the next live. All right, peace and much love.